welcome back. This is Scott Brown, Rider 1051, participating in the Hoka Hey 2022 Hoka Hey Motorcycle Challenge. This is going to be my third video on this. Be day 3 and day 4, combined both. We were still up in Minnesota. We had woken up early in the morning, didn't get much sleep that night. There was all kinds of activity in this parking lot at this little gas station. Gas station parking lot's not the greatest to spend the night in. You don't get much rest because there's just too much activity. But you can see we were packing up early in the morning. We had to backtrack a little bit because we had to get off the route before we went over there to get gas. You saw our mileage there. It was 860 miles for that day, or the day before. This next morning we're going to be headed down through the rest of Minnesota. We're going to head down into South Dakota, back in Nebraska, over into Iowa, down into Missouri, and then finish up down in Kansas at Rawhide Harley-Davidson. But we did have to do a little backtracking this morning to get back to where we went off the route to find gas, because we were all pretty much on empty and searching out gas stations. Before we found it, I think I had maybe 10 miles left on my range when we finally got gas. So probably not the closest we cut it for this whole trip, but one of the closest anyway. Sit back, enjoy the video, and if you could, like, subscribe, share it with your friends if you like it, if you like what I'm putting together. If you could, give me a comment, tell me what I need to change, if I need to improve anything, change anything. Anyway, hope you enjoy it. This is day 3 and day 4 coming up.
Got me wanting more, yeah, got a feeling never felt before. Got me buzzing, got me buzzing. You got something that I can't deny. Got me so excited, got me feeling high. Got me humming, got me humming. Got me buzzing, got me buzzing, yeah. Na 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 na. Got me buzzing, got me buzzing, yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Are you ready for what you're about to see? Got me buzzing, yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. You got something that I never seen. Got me buzzing, yeah. Na 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 na. Got me buzzing, got me buzzing, yeah. Buzz, 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 got me buzzing. Buzz, 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 got me buzzing. Got me reeling, got me feeling up. I can't believe it, can't get enough. Got me moving, yeah. I'm so elated when I feel the thrill. Got me all revved up, got me off my heels. I'm shaking, got me buzzing, oh, got me buzzing, yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Are you ready for what you're about to see? Got me buzzing, got me buzzing, yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. You got something that I never seen. Got me buzzing, got me buzzing, yeah. Na 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 na. Got me buzzing, yeah. Buzz, 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 got me buzzing. Buzz, 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 got me buzzing. Got me buzzing. Na 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 na. Are you ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Are you ready for what you're
we finished up that day. We made it to Ride Harley Davidson in Olathe. Met up with some friends because I used to live in that general vicinity. Anyway, we got there about 8:30, 9 o'clock. Got our camp set up. I got my bike serviced. They did a fantastic job working on my bike that night. Got everything done. You can see our from starting point to ending point is 2,583 miles, I believe is what it said. And this was day 4. We were basically riding to Kansas, a little bit of Oklahoma Panhandle, and then into Texas. So you can see we did about 615 miles, so probably the shortest day of the whole time I was in this. We stopped in Texas, spent the night. Anyway, we got a late start because we overslept. We didn't get started until after 7. Anyway, here's a little close-up of the route page here that we picked up. You can see some of the things, you know, you could go less than a mile, go greater than 5 miles, or at 20 miles, turn here. So it's kind of a interesting way to do things, and kind of keeps you on your toes. And occasionally you have some goof ups and you got to backtrack, but not too often. We did pretty good, I think. As you can see, we got an extra rider with us there. That's Jay Gleason there on the right. He joined up with us at Olathe for a while. And here we are coming into Lawrence, Kansas. This is I've lived here for about 11 years. Just recently moved down to Texas about 2 years ago. But had a great time in that area. Some great riding in Kansas, believe it or not. More on the northeastern side of Kansas. But good roads, and rode a lot of familiar roads I've been on for years when I was living in that area. But this day we mostly spent the entire day riding through Kansas. Anyway. And right here we're crossing the Kansas River there at Lawrence. And I slowed the video down so you can see the river a little bit. But they did a lot of changes down here. There's a big nice park over there off the river. It's really nice. There's some other things here up on the left and the right I want to point out. There's a really good motorcycle shop if you're ever in this part of the country and you need somebody to work on your bike. Combs Specialties, I believe is what the name of his store is, but he's done a lot of work on bikes for me in the past. But there's a shop right there on the corner. That's Combs. Does some really good paint work. And then up here on the right here, there's what used to be a really good biker bar. It's called the Slow Ride. Spent many hours in there and listening to bands on Sunday afternoons and getting some good food. But the owner passed away about a year or so, 2 years ago, I guess. And the family got in a dispute, and basically it was going to be sold. So I hope it opens back up. It wasn't open when I moved away, so hopefully it opened back up. Anyway, here's some typical Kansas roads. Anyway, sit back and enjoy.
Light me up full green, take the whole thing. They said I wouldn't make it, they told me I should stay home. Now it's Halloween is out, I'm in the end zone, yeah. There's nothing saying in the brain, I'm about to break. They said I wasn't coming back, they said I need rehab, and I'm down to the mat. They gonna feel that. And now I'm blowing up like nitro. Gotta sure feel his attitude, nice cool. And now I'm blowing up like nitro. Catch me on the news headline, this is my show. Now I'm blowing up like. Now I'm blowing up like nitro. Gotta sure feel his attitude, nice cool. And now I'm blowing up like nitro. Catch me on the news headline, this is my show. Now I'm blowing up like.
Well, somewhere down in North Texas, I thought it'd be a great idea to, since we're on straight roads, nobody on the highway, get up close and personal with everybody. This is Jay Gleason, good guy. Here's Bob Kelzer, good friend of mine. We've been riding for years together. He lives there in Olathe. And up next is Fred Biglin. Fred's the only one that's done the Hoka Hey before in our group. And this is Derek Iltis, is I believe how you pronounce his last name. He was somebody we met during the Hoka Hey, kind of hung out with him. He wasn't sure exactly what I was doing here, so he was kind of confused. There goes Fred again, and there goes Bob again. And here comes Jay. Actually, later on, me and Jay ride together for a couple of days. About a day. I guess we were together for a full day through New Mexico. Interesting story. This young man here was on his Pan Am in limp mode. We passed up. He said he gave us a wave on, so he wasn't doing too bad. But come to find out, I ran into him again in Arizona in a national park, and got to talk to him for a few minutes. And he had had to limp all the way to a Harley dealer, I believe in Amarillo. And he wound up having to get a new bike because they could not figure out what was wrong with his Pan Am. And he was 2 days behind and actually caught up with me. I passed him in Texas, and he caught up with me when I was going through Arizona. So he was moving on pretty good. But kudos to him. He's a tough guy. So, end of this day, we probably finished up about probably 9 o'clock that night. We decided to pull over to just a roadside park, rest area, and spent the night there in the roadside park. So, hope you enjoyed this installment, and we'll be bringing you another one here in a week or so. But if you would, like, subscribe, share my channel. It's Sugar Bear's Adventures. Hope you enjoyed it. Hoka Hey.